What's going on, evening? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Mav, bringing you back to another Maverick Reacts video. This time around, we're going to react to Miss Courtney Ryan, talking about her choosing the nice guys. This should be an interesting pickle of a video. Don't forget to sub and all of that to Miss Courtney Ryan after you done over here. So we're going to go ahead and dive right into this. I wonder if the theories in this video on why you should do that guy are actually going to be correct. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of ladies, they do these kind of videos and they get it wrong. But I have confidence in Courtney that she'll get it right. Let's go ahead and dive right in.
Everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan, and today we are reacting to a TikTok. One of you guys actually tagged me in the comment section of this video, so I'm excited to watch it with you, reconvene, and tell you what I think per usual. So the little text on the screen says, choose the nice guys.
I love telling people that I like nice guys because they just get so confused. They're like, oh, what's your type? And I'm like, I like nice guys. And they're just like, wait, what? Like, what are you talking about? You like nice guys?
The reason why they're so shocked is because they know they be picking trash men.
It's like, it doesn't make sense to them. But what doesn't make sense to me is why more women don't go for the nice guys. Because girls complain all the time on TikTok and to their friends about having bad dating experiences and just like being treated badly, or like this guy turned out to be a jerk or like a douchebag. But it's like they're not looking for someone to be a nice person or a good person as like a prerequisite for someone to be with them. It's like not
Exactly, because they too caught up in aesthetics. You know what I'm saying? And then like also you gotta include the forbidden fruit theory too. Like, some girls love it when guys ignore them. They like the guy that isn't, you know what I'm saying, so willing to, you know, chase, for lack of a better term. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of multi-factors, but you know, personality don't matter, especially if, you know, you're either attractive enough or masculine enough. You know what I'm saying? But I think masculinity should be the highest, you know, portion, because the reason why not a lot of nice guys don't really get the women is because they're lacking in certain facets of masculinity that they need to have. Like your ability to be firm and stern on your beliefs, your ability to be unwavered by her energy. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're how can I put this? You're non-conformist, because masculinity sometimes requires non-conformity. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
not a requirement. And like after the qualification of looks, because we're both men and women, like you have to like be hot to them to even be of like interest. But like beyond that, like the things that women mention that they're looking for is like someone who's like tall, or like 6'5", blue eyes, in finance, like that kind of man, like someone who has a good job, or just
how Courtney rolled her eyes at that. Alrighty, let me break it down like this. I'm gonna use wrestling terms here. Y'all know how Vince McMahon loves to herald big buff dudes and put them in situations that they haven't done enough character work to deserve. That's the kind of women, that's the kind of men that these girls go for. See, they think because of how they look, they're at main event tier status. But in actuality, they're just lower level enhancement talent. You know what I'm saying? That's the nice way of saying they're really a jobber, because what do they have to offer other than that they're ripped? They don't have no character, no personality, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Nothing to connect with the target audience, and in this case, the target audience will be women. You know what I mean? Nothing to put themselves over. They were just handed everything because of their physique. You know what I'm saying? That's how it be for, you know what I'm saying, these ladies that get on these social media websites and want to just complain about the trash men that they pick. But I'm like, you were blinded by the light of their aesthetic, baby girl. You got to learn how to use your mind, because men, we are mind-based creatures first and then the heart. Women are heart-based creatures and then the mind. Her heart said, oh my God, he did so good. But and it got in the way of that mind. You know what I'm saying? The mind should come first, then the heart. Anyway, let's continue.
It's like, has a nice car, like, it's all these external things that has nothing to do with, like...
And I always say this. Extrinsic values get you your foot in the door. But intrinsic values determine how long you stay in the house. And that goes for men and women, bro.
Who they are as a person. And honestly, like, the type of car someone drives and, like, how much money they make is not a predictor of, like, how that relationship is going to go, or, like...
Exactly. It's not a predictor because the halo effect has been proven false on so many occasions. Just because somebody looks attractive or, like, looks well off and all of that doesn't mean that they're the kindest or most giving of souls. In fact, I've seen more instances where money and looks corrupt most people versus, humble them down. This is partially why, I'm kind of glad that I don't look like Ryan Gosling or Denzel Washington, because I probably would have an overinflated ego. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad to be this humble person that you see in front of you today. Anyway, let me quit pausing and rambling. Let me just go through.
Like, how that guy is going to treat you. And at least for me, the way I see it,
eyes
I'm
got
someone
big.
who's very particular about who I exchange my energy with. And I'm fully aware that there are a lot of messed up people out there and that men are capable of a lot of violence and mistreatment and discrimination towards women, which is why I'm attracted to nice guys. And I like them as nice as they come. Like, when they're really cool and nice and normal when they're talking to you and they're not, like, playing mind games or, like, ego tripping the whole time, and when they have had the same group of friends forever because they don't do anything whack, and when they have, like, a good relationship with their parents and they have a good reputation in all the spaces they occupy, like school and work and, like, social circles, and when you can just tell that they, like, have their head and their heart in the right place and they, like, want to do things for people and, like, they act in ways that are kind.
It's like what I said in the last video. Altruism gets you in so many places. I'm going to repeat that. Altruism can take you so many places. Even with the women. In fact, being altruistic will attract the correct kinds of women, like this young lady in this TikTok video. I can already hear y'all commenting on it. This woman must be protected.
And, like, they help old people carry groceries to their car. Like, I don't know, like, you can always tell. And for all the girls watching this video, I promise there are guys out there who are super nice and also super hot, and if you aren't wasting your time caught up with some immature asshole, you're going to be available when those guys stumble across your path. So good luck. Mwah.
24/7 renewing moisture.
I like how she ended that. Hold on, let me wait. Stupid advertisement.
At PetSmart Kitchen, we're sharing helpful hacks to make your dog's mealtime extra special.
Let me see. Can I get rid of this?
Sure.
Let me get rid of this.
Well, I will say there's a lot to unpack here because she just fit a ton of information in a 2-minute clip. She talks even faster than I do, which is a skill. I'm sure one of the first comments that people are going to leave is, okay, well, she's mentioning there are plenty of guys who are hot and also nice, so clearly she cares about them being hot. But she did mention that earlier on in the video in the sense that, you have to be attracted to someone. Now, what is hot to one person might be different to another. So just because in your head, hot to you is 6'5", finance, blue eyes, trust fund, whatever that little thing on TikTok is, doesn't necessarily mean that that is every woman's picture in her head of what hot.
Yeah, like, attraction is very subjective. It does depend on the individual, but there also is a major subset of women that find specific characteristics about a man attractive on a general basis.
That is, I think women are attracted to a lot of different things about men that make them hot. I mean, it's not necessarily just a physical thing. I mean, I have done a ton of different reaction videos at this point, reacting to videos of women talking about things men do that make them hot or strange things that make men hot, and it's not always physical appearance based. So I just wanted to get that out of the way before we move forward because I know that's going to be something that people comment about. But anyway, back to the point, I think the term nice guys has such a negative connotation now because of the internet and this like nice guys finish last thing. Nice guy is now...
No. That's been a thing since before the internet got popular and polarizing as it is, Courtney. Because, like, dudes been saying nice guys finish last since the freaking 80s. Come on, man. This is not rocket science. This is social science. Anyway. But nah, man, like, think about it. I mean, it's not just in the propaganda. Like, it's like that in real life, you know? Like, think about it. Why do you think the meme is so popular that, you know, girls want Superman but walk past Clark Kent every day? Why do you think that's popular? Because Superman comics have been out since the 40s. And so, think about it. The term nice will always equate to men being soft. And y'all don't like it when men are soft. It's biologically a turnoff for y'all. So let's not play around here, alright? So what if it has the negative content? It always has. Since when does being nice ever get you anywhere? You know what I'm saying? Being kind does. Being nice means you're bending over backwards to kiss somebody's behind. Or you're bending over backwards to get approval from everybody else. Nice means sucker. Kind means you're good to people, but within reason. You're respectful, but within reason. Okay?
Often associated with the following terms: obsessive, clingy, desperate, suffocating, and probably a ton of other descriptors that are not attractive to women. So I am sure that that's a reason why it's confusing to people when you say this. But taking a step out of our chronically online bubble, though, and clinging too much to the term itself, she's right. Good character matters and should absolutely be something that you vet out in a significant other. I would give the same advice to both men and women on this topic. But what she described and what I think women really like are gentlemen. Good men and gentlemen. Now, the terms nice guy and gentleman can have some overlapping qualities, but they also tend to carry very different connotations in today's day and age. A nice guy is generally someone who is polite, who is nice and considerate towards others. However, it can sometimes be associated with someone who's overly passive or who has ulterior motives, expecting something in return for being nice. So being the nice guy in the way in which our modern society defines it isn't really doing you any favors. I think agreeing with everything she says, being passive, putting her on a pedestal.
And that's why instead of saying nice guys, I just say, simps, because it's too confusing. Because simping has never done no favors for nobody, bro. For real. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make a woman like you is the wrong way to approach a situation with a female. You know what I'm saying? Because attraction is definitely not a choice. And attraction is something you cannot conjure. It's something that is met upon when you first meet. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. You'll instantly feel attracted to a girl the instant you see her, fellas. And it's the same way for females too, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, attraction may be able to grow. Maybe the more times you converse with that person or spend with that person, attraction may grow, even though it may not happen at first sight. But still, most times out of 10, it's at first sight. That's why I say love does not happen at first sight, because love is an action. Attraction happens at first sight.
Pedestal, chasing her. None of these are things that most women find attractive. Not only is this unattractive, but it's also disingenuous. So just want to note that. Now, I have learned through my many years here on YouTube that when you say nice guy, these are the things that people assume. Now, someone who is not chronically online or not on the internet would hear nice guy and they're like, of course you'd want to date a nice guy. Why wouldn't you want to date a nice guy, right? But again, in terms of the internet, I just want to define it in the way that the internet defines it. Now,
okay, thank you for that, Courtney. Thank you for that distinct connotation.
A gentleman typically refers to a man who exhibits qualities like respect, integrity, chivalry. A gentleman is courteous and well-mannered and treats others with kindness and consideration.
You could have just summed that up by saying altruism, but continue.
Without expecting anything in return. I think being a gentleman often implies a higher level of character and sort of a genuine commitment to treating others with respect and dignity. So just wanted to make that quick differentiation. Again, after listening to everything she said in the video, it just sounds like she likes good men. Gentlemen, good men. Again, I really hesitate to use the term nice guys just because of the negative connotation surrounding it. But yes.
Don't, because it's confusing.
Great women are attracted to men who exhibit kindness, who are gentlemen and all around good men. Men who respect themselves, who take care of themselves, have a good head on their shoulders, and who treat others with kindness and respect too. Why you would have all these requirements surrounding physical traits and not internal traits is just beyond me. If your requirements for a man all point back to external traits or material objects, I would say good luck to you. Now, I've been saying this for years at this point. There is more to a relationship than how tall someone is, or what kind of car they drive, or how much money they make. And if you prioritize the wrong criteria in a partner, it should be no surprise when they don't turn out to be that great. And I'm not going to sit here and blame women for all of the struggles with dating that are happening currently, so if you want that from me, I'm so sorry, you're not going to get that here. And I'm not going to...
Yeah, I agree with her. There's fault on both sides, but continue.
Say all, but I think a lot of the women who get online and complain about the men that they've dated or the men that they're dating or whatever, you picked them. Perhaps we are...
Exactly! You picked them! Tell them how it is, Courtney! Don DeMarco!
Dating people for the wrong reasons. Who someone is in here and in here matters. Someone's character matters, their personality matters, how they treat other people matter. And I think a lot of these things often get put on the back burner now to more surface level, vapid traits that actually don't contribute.
I like how she used that word, vapid, because it is very vapid to value somebody on what they can bring to you externally.
To the longevity or the health of a relationship, and are just sort of surface level, looks good from the outside looking in. Attraction and who we choose can be a very complex thing. Childhood trauma can come into a play. Your attachment style. Biological factors that are sort of intrinsically wired. So, I hesitate to just say choose better because I think it's a lot more involved and complex than that. But if you're someone who is consistently choosing...
Don't choose better, vet better. You know what I'm saying? Understand people for who they are. And see people who they are instead of what you want them to be. That goes for ladies and gentlemen. Because the reason why we so effed up in relationships for this generation is because that we don't see things as they are and act on that accordingly. We're so obsessed of the thought of what somebody could be for us that we try to mold that person. You know what I'm saying? Know what you're getting into before you do it, because most times you're not in control. They are.
Poorly and things aren't going well for you and you don't understand why, take a look at who you're choosing and try to get to the root of why you're choosing it. But back to the video that I reacted to here, I am so glad that she posted this, and big thanks to the person who tagged me in it, because I think it's refreshing to hear someone dating for the right reasons and knowing what to choose and what to look for in a partner, and being able to break through the noise and weed out all the things that truly do not matter. Now, I have said it before, and I will say it again, at the end of the day, who you choose to be with is a reflection of you. And I almost think that that is a good place to leave the video. Just think about that. I'll say it again. Who you choose to be with is a reflection of you.
Hey, water seeks its own level. And that comment wasn't about water.
And I think it's fabulous to see a woman on TikTok who is promoting healthy relationships and looking for the right things in a partner that are ultimately going to contribute to a more happy, healthy, fulfilling relationship. I see so many videos that are just toxic, awful advice. So when I see one that's a good message, that is nice and refreshing, I always like to try to share it with you guys, just to add a little bit of positivity to the YouTube world for at least one day. And I also want to say this because this is always a comment that I typically see when I do a video about good men. People in the comments will say things like, well, then why do women date men who are horrible? Why do women date men who are broke and who treat them poorly and who are just all around bad guys? Think about the women who are choosing those men. Why are we even talking about it? Would you want to date
The only reason why those guys care is because the girls that choose those kind of men are baddies on the outside, and men, we biologically have that eye for beauty. You know what I'm saying? They're blinded by the looks of these women. But people like me who are intelligent, and not only intelligent but raised to be gentlemen, you know what I'm saying, by the grace of God, we are taught to look inside the person, not just value the person off their looks. Because, like, I know plenty of people who are mad attractive, mad beautiful, all of that, may have the badonkadunk and all of that, who are well built and all of that, but they have either, their personalities are either boring, vapid, unintelligent, or trashy. and that's the oil to my water. You know what I'm saying? Water and oil, they don't mix. Okay? So that's the only reason why those kind of guys care what those opinions are, because these women out there, these garbage A men, are physically attractive. And more than likely, you know what I'm saying, they can't control what's in their man parts, if y'all know what I'm saying. They're more than likely to get a E, you know what. But yeah, man, that's the only reason why they care. That's the only reason why they care, is because the girls that are complaining about that are mad attractive. That's really the only reason why they care. Me, I don't care. If you complain about dating the garbage men, I don't care how fine you look. You are trash yourself. And you need to fix yourself in order to attract better men. And same thing go for women. If you are, same thing go for men. If you are attracting trash women, think about it. What do you think about what you need to fix? Think about what you need to fix. And then think about it. It's not that you are who you attract. It's you are who you choose to entertain. So if you would choose to entertain these kinds of people, you might not be all right in the head. You might not be all right in the heart. You might not be all right anywhere. Think about it. Think about it.
Why are we even talking about it? Would you want to date a woman who chose a man like that? Probably not, and I'm not trying to be mean, but what I will say is that usually when women choose men like that...
Sweetheart, Courtney, my good friend, you're not being mean, you're just telling the truth. Don't associate being mean with telling the truth. Okay? Okay.
It's because they're not at a good place with themselves, and there's usually a deep...
Did I not just say that? Did I not just say that? Anyway.
Deep-rooted reason why they're choosing that type of man. And it's not usually...
More than likely, daddy issues are probably the reason why they choose those kinds of men. You know what I'm saying? That's typically the number one reason. But there could be other reasons, but that's generally the number one reason. It's daddy issues, man.
A good one. So I would encourage you all to do the inner work, be better, choose better, and maybe the world will be a better place because of it. So guys, that's all I have for this video. If you liked it or found it helpful, be sure...
Yeah. Shout out to you, Courtney. You know what I'm saying, for putting this video out, man. I'm glad you put that distinction out between nice and gentleman, man. Over here at the E unit, at Maverick, we are raising gentlemen. Alright? I want all of you to be gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Simping should have died post the first year of the pandemic, when we were all in our house watching red pill content. Okay? So yeah, we can't be out here simping no more, guys. You know, hold yourself accountable, do the inner work. You know what I'm saying? Always work on yourself, work on your goals. You know what I'm saying? Do all of that good stuff. And the right kinds of woman like sis in the TikTok video, and somebody like Courtney, because I can't say Courtney herself because she's married already. Somebody like Courtney may, you know, fall into your lap, and y'all build something harmonious and together in the grace of God's eyes. So, yeah, with that being said, I love y'all, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all tune in next week for some more Maverick Reacts. You know what I'm saying? I'll do another top 10 list for 04 soon. Until then, y'all, take care. Deuces.